Hello, future.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Anais. Happy birthday to you. Let's really drag this out.
I'm good. Thank you.
Hip up! Hooray! Why? No.
Thank you for that.
Welcome, friends of all design, to this very special Anais' birthday on 8.5-bit, which is FMVGames, streamed on streamlive.tv. I got everything in there.
You did. You're getting good. We've had a few episodes now.
And I don't normally wear cans, so let's get rid of those. Hi.
Very delicious ears.
Yeah, you can hear my ears now. They're great. Welcome to FMVGames, where we talk about games and stuff. Happy birthday, Anais.
Thank you.
What did you do for it?
Play Fallout.
Aw, that's
so
nice.
exciting. Yeah.
I refused to say happy birthday to you on Facebook today. I hope you yesterday, because it was actually yesterday. I hope you enjoyed me not saying happy birthday to you.
I did.
Good.
I like to not be reminded of my aging.
Oh yeah, that's one down. How many left?
To what?
To death.
Dead?
Yeah.
Hopefully, like,
What's a
more
birthday
than 20?
other than not just a celebration?
Yeah,
of
I'm not dead.
Less time to live.
You get and survival. There's survival as well.
Yeah, it's good times. Okay. Hi James.
Hey man,
I'm Paul.
I'm James.
I'm Anais.
Yeah, we do intro things. You been up to anything, James?
I've been playing some games.
Okay, well, I was like doing talk before games.
Oh,
but
okay.
Fine.
Oh no.
Let's
All
just-
right. What do they do?
Riveting.
Made a
I
game?
did some work on a train. Did some coding on a train. I think I made a guy.
He
guy
did
angry.
work whilst on a train.
Yeah.
He didn't do work
No,
on a
not
train.
on
He
the
wasn't
train.
an engineer or
I
something
I've
interesting.
been working on a mission system for my game.
Good.
I did some data
I'm
serialization.
glad we diverted from
Yeah.
for that amazing story.
It's a good story.
Okay, so we've been playing games this week, and there's been a big one.
Yeah, really, really big one.
Yep. So we've been playing Fallout this week.
Mm.
So James, I think you've really kicked into Fallout first. So why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
The character creation was really good. They used this thing called the special system. So I think it was strength, perception,
Endurance.
endurance,
Charisma, intelligence, luck.
Luck, thank you.
Yeah, I've watched my special videos.
Yeah. Which is cool. I hadn't seen it before.
They're awesome.
So like I.
The gag's not coming up.
The
gag's not coming up.
Not working.
No.
Really, really impressed with the.
No, we just gotta skip it. We gotta go to actual Fallout 4 now.
Fine.
I'm so confused.
There it is.
It didn't work if it didn't have the footage.
No. Actually, I did play a bit of this because I wanted to play this before jumping into Fallout 4.
Yeah. Okay, so we're talking about Fallout 1, everyone that's not paying attention.
Yes. So I love Fallout 1. I love.
Did you know it's
2.
not called Fallout 1?
Sorry, Fallout and Fallout 2.
No, this is Fallout.
This is Fall Space Out.
What? Is there a hyphen?
I don't know.
Okay.
Anyway, because I wanted to go back and like relive what I liked about this game, and to see what didn't hold up. So,
What about the tutorial?
the tutorial was the game throws you right in. Like I thought you started.
Not 2.
I thought you started in the vault, but it's like no, water chip's gone. Go get it, you motherfucker.
Yeah.
That's it, and then you walk out.
But then in Fallout 2, you had to go through a shitty temple and kill bats for ages.
This doesn't do that. It's straight away, you're out and about. So that was kind of cool. The combat is still really slow and clunky, but not as slow as clunky as I thought it was going to be. Like, it actually is quite simplistic in how the combat works. And like because of those animations, like and just the sound effects, actually felt really punchy.
Did you run this with one of the high res updates, or is that just how it
well, this is actually scaled up, so it is running at a high res. So this isn't exactly what it looked like at launch, and you see there's some issues with the capture there with the scrolling, but it's pretty close to what it looked like. Just it's a little bit smaller. That's what it is. So yeah, like jumped into the conversation systems again. One of the things I really loved, bottom left, had the descriptions of what's in there. Like that I think, like working at this fidelity, you kind of lose a lot of the detail. You can't walk right up and look at a computer. So like they describe the computer, and it works well. Like it works really well.
Unlike in the modern one where all the computers look the same anyway.
Yeah, they all go the same. But this one, they would leave it to your imagination.
They might look different.
Yeah. Have you played the original Fallout?
I haven't. I was going to ask, do you reckon a fan of Fallout 4 would enjoy this? Because I've thought about going back because I really enjoy the Fallout series, but this looks pretty old school.
Well, the thing you've got to remember is that Fallout 3 is a game that has almost nothing to do with Fallout.
Yeah. What I like, and this is one of the problems, we'll get to talk about Fallout 4 soon, like, there are certain things in this game that newer Fallouts don't capture. Like, things like the ability to just, like, quite literally kill everyone, it doesn't matter. It's sort of like one of the differences, say, between this game and Fallout 3 or 4 is that this is a game where, like, there's this plot to walk through. It doesn't matter. The plot's irrelevant in this game. It creates these little silos of plot that kind of are loosely connected. So you can kind of do something at one place. It's, have your little quest, but then there'll be kind of more overarching repercussions elsewhere, but you never know what they're going to be. So it does a really fantastic job at creating this, like, narrative of you going through the wasteland.
But that doesn't particularly sound that different to the way Fallout 3 and 4 have worked. I think the result is different, but that's still the base concept.
I really struggle in Fallout 4 finding content.
We'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to it.
Okay.
So
yeah, Fallout 1.
Fallout 1
is it worth playing as someone who was introduced by the series, by 3 and 4?
It matters if you like just a little more. If you've got into like Pillars of Eternity or things like that, yes, go Fallout 1. If you started with Fallout 3 and this is what Fallout is to you, probably not.
Yes, I have Fallout 3.
Yeah, just go back to Brotherhood of Steel.
Don't go back to Brotherhood.
The best one.
Yeah, or
wait, so is that
Fallout
a game?
Tactics.
It was an Xbox
like a spin-off?
like Xbox original game, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And it was a top-down dungeon crawler.
Oh, it's the same like universe.
Yeah,
I haven't even heard of that.
There's a reason.
Yeah,
Okay.
it made, the thing you got to remember, and this will come through my conversation with Fallout 4, is that fans of Fallout 1 and 2 are very picky about what they want. And
what they want, really, they don't most of the time.
Yeah, and what we want, and I would agree with that, because a lot of what I think I want from playing Fallout 1 and 2 would be like, that kind of isometric top-down. But if Pillars of Eternity taught me anything, I don't want that.
I thought it was pretty good.
I know it's good, but do I want it?
Yes.
Okay, I'll go back and play it.
Good. Should we talk about Fallout 4 then?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Okay.
Now we're going to split this, right?
Yeah, we're going to split this. So at the beginning of the show, we're going to talk about Fallout 4, just about gameplay and how it's together. We're not going to talk about anything story-wise. So if you're holding off story, even the footage we've got together, other than the fact that places exist and you can kick a barrel, we're not going to spoil too much about that.
Barrel kicking.
So
this is fantastic.
But you can't hit the barrel very hard. You can kick it good, but the hitting doesn't do much.
You're beating the shit out of that barrel.
Fuck that barrel.
Man.
Anyway, so what a piece of shit game.
Whoa, okay.
It is only arguably better than the other extremely popular games made by Bethesda in the last 15 years. But to me, that's still kind of a piece of shit. In its own way, I don't actually mean it. No, I do. I totally mean it. So before I get into my diatribe, hey, how are you going with it? Anais, you haven't got to speak much yet.
No, I like it. It's good. I don't get why everyone gets so butthurt about it not being so perfect. It's like a massive game.
Okay, I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why I'm butthurt about it.
Oh, you butthurt?
Oh, not really butthurt. What frustrates me? Okay, GTA 5.
Yeah.
GTA 5 is a game with a giant budget.
Yeah.
Giant budget. They went, you know what? Let's rebuild this engine. Let's go back and make the game we want. Let's try and iron out these problems we have with the early GTA and really do a bang-up job on that game. Bethesda? Nah. Let's keep the engine we've had since Morrowind, and we'll keep just iterating on it and never fixing anything.
How long has this been in development?
I think it's like 6 years or something.
Yeah.
It's a long time. And
they couldn't predict like what consoles and hardware and stuff was coming
GTA
out.
5 did pretty good.
How long was that in development for?
Probably about the same time.
Probably about the same time.
Yeah.
Okay. So James's butthead is coming up. Basically, what Fallout is, in all Bethesda games, as far as I'm concerned, are jack of all trades, masters of none. Because they want to throw everything in here. And, I said it's the same as the other ones, but only slightly better, which I guess is a good thing, because they sold millions and millions of copies and let people it's their favorite games of all time. But it's mostly the same stuff, with some more stuff thrown on top, like base building. Who's been base building?
I've done a little bit of base building.
Yeah, I have done shit all. But that's fine. Like that's like people because they had the add-on with Skyrim, not Skyfall. I was going to say Skyfall. Like that's
Hearthfire, I think it was called.
Yes, Hearthfire was the add-on where they're building. Even Fallout 3 had building mods put on top of it. People want to be able to do this. Good, it's in the game. They decided to make all objects in the world are now
kind of component.
They have
based.
components, so you pick
Not
up
all of them.
Yeah.
almost everything has something.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my god, I found some old pumpkins.
Yeah.
Need something good. Well, even there, the footage, the lock picking and the computers, exactly the same.
Yeah.
Apparently, the hacking mini game, people made like website tools for you to hack it. And same tool works in Fallout 4.
I hate the hacking
Also, I'm
minigame.
terrible at that. I
hate
didn't get it.
Yeah, I don't get it
get
either.
I like it. It's
I thought it was based
mastermind.
on letters, but it's
I know.
not.
I fail at that thing all the time.
But if you have a companion, you can go do that.
Just get companion to do it for you.
I was trying on some clothes.
I'm noticing you're playing a lot of
It's
this
very
third
cash.
person.
Yeah, I like third person.
They still haven't really got that third person animation looking that great though.
It's fine.
It's better. Nice clothes.
This is before I found my sundress, which I've lived.
No.
Like this is actually the problem. I don't want to put on anything except my sundress.
I had a postman hat
pretty.
and I lost it.
Well, I
How
had
do
a
you lose a
sailor's
hat?
I
hat.
don't know what I did with it. I just I
also
put
found a glittered
I think I
dress.
might have accidentally broke it down.
Okay, so let's break this down a little bit.
Okay.
Moving around. So Fallout 4, we weren't exactly. So starting up, I think on PC. I'm playing on PC. James,
I'm PC with a controller.
and how are you
PlayStation
playing?
4.
Okay, so character creation. I want to say on PC, it's weirdly the worst interface I've ever seen. Not because it's like they're so bad the way you change things, but every single item has its own like hotkey to push. So it's like, oh, you want to change the forehead? Push T, and then change it, and then push escape. And then in the game, there's all these inconsistencies. Like sometimes to exit something is tab, or sometimes it's escape, or sometimes it's E. And I'm just like, what?
I tried to play with mouse and keyboard, but I really feel like that game shines best with the controller. Like that feels like.
But you can't spin endlessly like I can with my mouse.
You can't do that. So like even like
hacking minigame.
The item quick selection in PC keeps the D-pad shortcuts.
Oh my god, yeah. You have to take your head off Wasad and put it on the. You really got to remap
very
it.
strange.
Yeah, they didn't think a lot of this. I just looked on the chat. My wife is asking you to get milk on the way home. Sure thing, honey. So I wear a sundress and I also have a bag on my head.
Nice.
This little bit of footage here is actually on the edge of the world, and the solution for not walking away from the edge of the world is just to say you can't go that way, which is fine, but also not that.
Well, I was thinking about that like that.
Yeah.
Like it's very very easy to just put at the edge of the world. Radiation.
Yeah, something like that.
They could put a barrier that isn't quite.
Do a motocross madness, endless desert.
Just let people go out.
Yeah, if you want to walk 6 hours, you can. But I only really bring that up because Fallout 3 I didn't like. I think I tried it 4 times until I decided, just wait, I need to stop doing what the game wants me to do and just pick a direction, walk that direction. And then I played it for like 150 hours. I loved it. But I didn't really want to do what the game wanted me to do. I just wanted to make my own way in this world and tell my own story. This game, unlike Fallout 3, kind of starts you in the corner of the map. And so where I was walking outside the map there is literally like 30 seconds from the starting point of the game. It's like, oh no, they really want to channel you towards their specific content. So I hate the actual... Like, it's not a surprise that the main story of Fallout sucks. It always kind of has.
We'll get to more spoiler.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about the actual story. No.
I have found the stories really started growing on me. It's starting to do some interesting things.
But it doesn't start good.
No, it doesn't.
I can't wait till the spoilers to shift to my character. How are you finding...
I like it. I like the starting. I love Fallout 3, and I don't know. The starting was good. It wasn't what I expected. But yeah, like side mission story-wise adds to it.
Just on that side of the microphone, just for fun. That's all right. So early in the game, I'm like, there's a big focus on having power suits in this. Yeah, in this game.
There are a bunch of stuff that is better in this game. Like I think of this as Fallout 3 Better Edition.
Yeah, I think it looks quite nice most of the time.
I was actually kind of disappointed.
How it
What,
looks?
visually?
Yeah, graphics wise.
That's because you're playing it on a console.
Yeah, maybe that's why.
well,
Amazing Master Race.
okay. No. I don't want to be PC Master Race dickhead, but that's one, like, it's lots of frame rate issues I'm hearing.
Yeah, a
how's frame rate
little
been for you?
bit. Not as
Yeah.
bad as what I heard. Like, I heard it was going to be bad, but I haven't really come across anything too
Apparently
bad.
in the big cities it can be
Maybe
pretty
I haven't
crazy.
gotten to a big city yet.
Yeah, I don't know.
Spoilers. But yeah, I feel like after playing Witcher as well, like, it's ruined
Very
me.
different game.
Yeah.
Very different
Like,
kind of game.
graphics wise, it's just ruined everything now.
I think when I go back to it, because basically I was trying to reproduce bugs that I got and everything for
Oh,
the
okay,
video, because
yeah,
I got
yeah.
some fun ones.
Yeah.
My favorite bug. It happened a few times, because it happened the first time when I missed it. I go, oh, what if I can do it again so I can record it? Then the recording screwed up. So I actually did it 5 times, but I never got on footage. I was in my sundress, and I ran back to this place to meet someone, and when I spoke to them, my sundress was just like folded at the front above my underpants. But it happened every time.
Yeah.
It's like I start the conversation, the camera cuts out, suddenly my sundress is just up high, and then after the conversation it will be gone, and only with that one character. I just was like, this is a weirdly reproducible bug.
That's weird.
That just shows off my undies. I mean, like, they're sensible undies, so it's
Yeah.
not particularly rude. It is rude to talk to someone with just, like, you've lifted the front.
Yeah.
But I love that bug.
With
What's
my-
the best bug you've had?
Well, my first bug was simply an NPC clipping through.
That's
in
just-
frame.
that's just
no,
normal.
No, my favorite bug was no big spoiler. You get dog meat. I think everyone knows you get dog meat at some point.
And that's actually, like, they really put dog meat close to the start.
Yeah, yeah. So you have dog meat.
In Fallout 3, I never met dog
Yeah,
meat.
like, no,
I put in
you
150
get
hours
in-
on that
You get in
thing.
very, very early on. So I was with dog meat, and I was walking along the highway. And
Yeah.
the highway, there's lots of holes.
Mm.
So the pathfinding for the AI is not the best. So I was just walking along, and dog meat would fall through the holes all the time.
Really?
So I'd just be walking along and hear, "Alright!"
I
and
haven't had any dog
then
meat
a couple
holes.
of minutes later,
At least he respawns.
he does. He
I had I really enjoyed just people that needed to cross a bridge but just kept going through the water. Like, the bridge is right there. What about you, Anais? Any good
Yeah,
bugs?
I had a great bug.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know, spoiler, but I had to fight a death claw, and it was really hard. I ran out of ammo, and it got like stuck in the world, and it just stood there. So I just got to like shoot it till it was dead. So it was a great
Just
bug.
go and rub it till it dies.
Yeah, pretty much. So I was
Yeah.
happy with that bug.
I find the fact that you can collect everything now, it makes this shit in the world useful, but it also means that
Yeah.
if you want to use those resources, you have to do a lot more trekking back and forth.
Well, the crafting in this is a lot better.
The crafting is good,
I
yeah.
really enjoy the gun crafting. I I like that I can make the gun I want, and it gives me a good reason to go scavenge.
Yeah.
And so the scavenging leads you to places. Like, it gives me a reason to go, I need to go off into this wasteland and find stuff because I want a better gun. And, like, I find duct tape, like, I really want that duct tape because adhesives are important.
Yeah.
And screws are important.
Microscopes are great.
Yeah.
Full of stuff.
Yeah. So yeah, crafting system much improved. I really liked it. I don't mind the new special, like, the perk system. I think
Yeah,
the
the menu's so cool. It's all a little animated.
Yeah, the
sounds.
big poster, which you didn't get because you didn't buy a physical version, James.
Oh.
You get that
Oh,
poster.
I didn't. I
I
bought
had a
it.
poster.
I do- I do
three
think-
posters.
I do kind of like, this is pretty. Go, now just give me a list. But what I was gonna say is, so you have settlements all over the world, which is where you can build stuff and everything as well. So there's lots of customization, and that's where I remember when they first announced all this building stuff. Where I wish there was some like ad hoc multiplayer thing, even if it's like, you know, like the Epic Quest for Loot and games like that, where you like build and then you like it's not real time, but like you can go and attack other people's bases and stuff like that. There's really no end game to it. It's like, oh, you can make stuff better, and they can get you resources.
Yeah.
So there is a point, but only up to a degree. Other than that, it's just trying to get higher numbers. And
Yeah.
and then there's just weird focuses in that, like, so you store things at a base that you scavenge, but then you can also assign people to share those resources between bases. But that's a perk you got to unlock. But
yeah.
you really could just fast travel to the base that had all the stuff eventually. It's just all just slight
Yeah.
time saving, and that's not really one of my perks. I want my perks to be gameplay changes.
I didn't really get the storage system because it's your, like, what's the bit that's shared?
What do you mean?
Like with the storage system, like what's like, is there like for some crafting stations, there's like a shared stash between everything.
In a settlement.
So it's shared amongst the settlement only?
In that
the
one
workshop.
settlement. Yeah, in
the
the
workshop bench.
Oh, okay.
So if you have that perk, you can access whatever's in that workshop bench at other settlements.
Yeah, but you have to assign someone to transfer stuff between the settlements for you. But then you
Do
can
you?
access it. Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I haven't actually used it yet.
Yeah.
But you can also
It's-
trade between settlements with that perk.
Yeah, yeah. There's a bunch of...
And have
yeah.
shops and sell
Yeah,
things.
shops. All sorts of, there's a lot of stuff in it that's not necessarily that well explained, but that's fine. You're supposed to spend hundreds of hours in it, so go for it. Anyway, I keep having to skirt around spoiler things.
Yeah.
So is there anything else you want to talk about before we come back to it later
Before we
in the
come
show?
back to it a bit later. No, I think we can. We'll go into more detail later. I think it's going to be a better discussion when we can actually give you, clearer examples of our thoughts.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. Good. Done.
Done. Whatever. Mic drop.
Nintendo!
No mic drops.
They drop themselves.
You know what that means when we talk about Nintendo?
What, Paul?
That means no footage.
No footage. We can show nothing.
We can show nothing. We got some still shots.
We should
So-
do stick figures. And
Yeah, we really
act
should. We
it
should
out.
act it all out. So Nintendo this week had a Nintendo Direct.
Yep.
Fabulous.
I think it's
fabulous.
the first one.
First one since Iwata
Yeah.
died. Reggie did the talking, which was
I love Reggie.
Reggie's good. I kind of like him being a side character though.
Yeah, he's a bit daggy.
He's just this piece of meat that walks into frame. He really just needs to cameo
He's
now
got,
and
he's
then.
got an awesome face. Like he's got battle scars.
Yeah.
That guy, I think he's seen some shit.
Anyway. Okay, so a few things. We got a Zelda announcement, and this Zelda announcement is that Twilight Princess HD is coming to Wii U. Now, we do have a picture of what this looks like. It looks alright.
Looks nice.
It's about the same. I also
better.
brought along a picture of the fan texture mod for the Dolphin emulator
Yes.
of the same game.
Uh-oh.
So that's
Oh, is this that mod?
So okay, so this is nothing but like a mod to the existing game.
yeah, it's a
Yeah.
it's a texture pack.
All right, so no one's.
For Zelda Twilight
So
Princess.
this might actually happen and not get pulled. Like there's nothing really to pull, is there?
Oh, I'm not talking about pulling. I'm just saying that the fan version's looking
Yeah.
because they're not doing that much with the Wii U version. It's like it runs at a higher resolution. The bloom is a little bit reduced because the bloom was crazy.
Yep.
And I think they're sharpening the textures a little bit. Not
The
really.
rock
doing that
texture
much
looks
to it.
nice.
Yeah, way to go, fans.
Good work, fans.
Along with that, they're also announced a new amiibo, which is Wolf Link with Mina, or is it Midna? I don't even remember.
Midna.
I don't remember the name.
Midna, I think.
Thank
Midna.
you. Thank you for making me know I'm right.
Spelling, yes.
Which will be coming out next year as well, along with the game. Thing that I did not like about that, they've announced other amiibo support for Twilight Princess HD, is that they very vaguely said, and save data from Twilight Princess HD can be brought into the new Legend of Zelda Wii U.
What does that mean?
Working title. Which means, what, I gotta fucking play through an average Zelda again? That's right, average Zelda. It's middle of the pack.
Hey,
it's not a bad game.
I mean, average Zelda's a good game.
It's a good game,
Yeah.
but I played it one generation ago.
But
And it looked
why-
about the same.
Why would you... Okay, so you're saying you're not going to buy
I'm
the
not going to buy
remake?
Twilight Princess again.
Yeah.
I'll emulate it on Dolphin.
Just hack your amiibo. Get one of the that Bluetooth amiibo thing.
I'm gonna get my amiibo. I'm gonna plug it into my Wii
Yep.
and get my original save data off it because that'll be supported definitely.
I don't think it'll be
It'll
supported.
work.
It's
It'll
not going to
work.
be supported.
If you just rub it on the Wii Fit pad, it's the step. That'll be good. You think that?
I think you can give it a go, buddy. You
Okay.
can give it a go.
Yeah. Good.
Fun fact.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Wii U Zelda Princess whatever remake's being made in Melbourne.
I guess I did
yeah,
see
yeah,
that.
that's right, yeah.
So yay for Australia.
Go Australia.
Yay.
Yeah. Give me a reason to buy it again. I bet you guys have a lot of creative freedom working under Nintendo on a HD port.
We want to tweak the color of no. Can we
Maybe in
just?
Japanese though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't remember if it's like left hand or right hand Link. Because remember how the GameCube and the Wii version of the game are flipped on the horizontal?
okay.
Because they wanted to make it him. Because Link is traditionally left-handed.
Yeah.
But they wanted to make him right-handed, which meant they had to flip the entire game world.
Yeah.
So
Wow. See, what I'm hoping is
Yeah.
that they give me the option to just play with the gamepad. I assume they will, because one of the big problems I had with Twilight Princess when it came out was for Wii was that it made you use the Wiimote.
Yeah,
even though
that was
it's
weird.
like the GameCube games.
That's just because you don't
fine.
like using your wrist.
No,
Which I don't understand because you've got decades of using your wrist like that.
I just wanted my arms get sore. That's the gist of it. Yes, that's what happened.
I'm gonna go some fishing now.
Oh, fishing's always fun. I love fishing in Zelda.
Fishing games. I do like my fishing.
Okay, good. No one has. Twilight Princess. No one's corrected me on which one's which for the good. Anyway, that's all right. Moving on. Okay. There's quite a lot. There was new Star Fox Zero footage.
Yes. Okay.
Which looked a little bit less shit to me.
All right, because I haven't seen that footage yet.
Yeah.
So sell me on it.
Well, here's a
That's
picture of it
cool.
because we can't show the
I'm
footage.
sold.
That looks.
It's just
good.
running at 60 frames a second. It's super smooth. It looks like it's had a little bit more texture to the environments around. It just looks like a nicer render on the whole. Because that's the thing. Like originally, I wasn't into new Star Fox at all. This is looking a bit better, but there's no real other detail other than a new trailer. So all I'm really saying is go look at the new trailer and see if you like it now if you didn't before. I still don't know if I'm full price Star Foxy. They got to sell me on that. It is platinum. I do love platinum. Okay. Big news. There's sort of the big capper of the whole thing. Is that they announced a new fighter for Super Smash Bros. For 3DS and for Wii U. And that was Cloud Strife from Final Fantasy VII.
There he is. Oh, Storm's into battle. Now I get it. I get jokes.
I don't know about that. But this is it. So now, Super Smash Bros. Was always like the mix-up, mash-up fighting game.
Yeah.
But now we've got, all of Nintendo stuff. We've got Ryu's in there. We've got Strife.
I want him to re-add
We've
Snake.
got Mega Man.
I want me
We've
some
got
Snake.
Pac-Man. Maybe we'll get some Snake in there. Maybe it's a pachinko machine.
Oh,
That'd be really good.
I do want. Yes, I want the Konami new stuff. It's Silent Hill Pachinko machine, Snake Pachinko machine. He looks pretty good.
Yeah, it's a nice model. It'll look good. They've got a new stage to go with them as well, and they've got in the stages built in all the summons from Final Fantasy VII, so it's pretty fucking epic.
That'd be
So
cool.
yeah, and actually the trailer for that, which we're also not showing, is really cool because there's a lot of throwbacks to Final Fantasy
We'll
VII.
put the links up on our Facebook and Twitters.
they'll be in the
and
show
all
notes.
things.
That's on my other stuff. And
For those who just haven't seen this before, the reason we don't put the Nintendo stuff up is because basically if we do that, we just get pulled. Nintendo don't like it.
They're mean.
Yeah.
Anyway, good stuff. Speaking of Nintendo, which is what all this is about, I'm going to rush through the news a little bit.
Are we going to talk about Badge Brigade?
No, we're not going to talk about Badge Brigade. You can talk about I give you 20 seconds and I am counting.
Oh, it's a game. It's a claw machine.
It's not a game.
It's a claw machine. That's a game. That's a rip-off. That I had my rant in the car, and now I'm ranted out. I don't know. Let's just keep going.
Just tell me
just
what
count
it is.
through my
What
20
is
seconds.
it?
It's a
Claw machine?
It's a free-to-start claw
Free-to-start
machine for the
claw
3DS,
Hey,
where you can earn badges.
You
You can play it once a day, but you can practice on the claw machine 5 times a day. You could also do anything else with your life.
You're gonna pay money for goes at the claw machine, and they give you
Really?
stickers you can put on your home screen. And I want to put stickers on my home screen. I could make a little.
Do you also want to pay money for goes?
No, I don't. I wish they just give.
I spent a lot of money on claw machines in Japan. They're so addictive.
What did you get?
But I have so
What did
many
you get?
cute plushies now. So many
What's your
cute
best one?
plushies. Oh, I don't know their names. They were Japanese names.
Did you give them names?
No, they were Japanese names that I can't pronounce. But they're adorable.
There were...
What?
Yakatora?
Rilakuma.
Real
That's
Akuma?
one.
That's one.
Okami?
Okay.
Pikachu? It's a Japanese name. Speaking of Pikachu, Pokemon Tournament is coming out in spring 2016. Yeah, whatever. And that's probably spring US, so translate that how you will. But also in Pokemon news, where James pretended to care a lot earlier this week, is that red, blue, and yellow are coming to Virtual Console next year.
I was not pretending to care. I legitimately
You are
care.
not going to play those fucking games.
I am going to buy
You are going to buy
the
them.
blue one. You know the
Why
best
blue?
Because
Why
it's the
not
one
yellow?
I played. Maybe you'll get yellow. Is that the one? That's Pikachu's follow you
Yeah,
said that one?
Pikachu follows
All right,
you.
getting yellow. The reason why is because in that one there are only 150 Pokemon. I watched the Pokemon...
You won't have. You won't spend more than an hour on this.
The
I
Pokemon
promise
Mystery
you.
Dungeon thing, which is the other thing I spoke about, gave the number of current existing Pokemon that are in
Was it
Pokemon
10
Mystery
million?
Dungeon. It's like over 700 Pokemon inside that game. The original, 150. Done. I can get
Yeah.
it.
You play like new
I know
games.
all their names.
Although,
Um,
as a nicety, they have updated the game slightly so that now they'll be able to do wireless trading instead of trying to find link cables and stuff like that, which is good.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know. They're just like Pokemon's not that different, and you haven't played through all the other Pokemon games
Well,
that heavy
like,
recently.
Nostalgia.
Well, the thing is, like, those games, they don't change. They're basically the same game. This lets me go back to simpler times when I had at least a slither of a chance to get all the Pokemon that I wanted.
And you knew like their weaknesses and
Yeah.
their evolutions.
You
and
could
how
have-
to
you
evolve
could have-
them.
I'm gonna.
It was perceivable for you to catch them
I'm
all.
gonna go get the goldfish Pokemon
Called.
Magikarp.
Magikarp. Thank
Jeez.
you. And I'm gonna
This is
evolve
what I'm
him.
saying. Like he's not going to do anything.
And I'm gonna-
he
I'm
doesn't
gonna-
care
I'm
enough.
gonna splash.
He's pretending to care.
I'm gonna splash things until it turns into a
Gyrocopter
Gyrosopter.
into a gyrocopter.
and I'm gonna have all the fun. And I'm gonna get my Abra because Abra's the best.
And then to a
And then what is
Kadabra.
it?
Then to a
Yeah.
Kadabra,
And then to a.
Alakazam.
And then to a.
Shut up.
He does have like
What? He's gonna.
evolution.
He's got another
Like,
one.
newer series.
Oh, what's this?
I'm pretty sure. Who knows?
Yeah. I'm gonna buy it, and it'll be the best, and I'll be
We'll give you some.
like
tips.
no one ever was.
People are correcting your Pokemon calls in the chat. It's good to see. Okay, I think that was all the Pokemon was. We've got more Splatoon coming, some this weekend actually.
Which they said they're going to support until at earliest January next year. That is in January, a year from next January. Which I thought was an interesting...
That was really awkwardly said.
I know it was awkwardly
You
said.
could have just said January 2017.
January 17, yeah. But they said that they'll support it until that point, and then maybe keep going. I thought it was an interesting
Well, this
thing.
was a support of new content.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you make that sound like really sinister, like, and then
Well, I just
they're
like...
gonna fucking come to all of your houses and touch you. They're gonna take your kids, and they're gonna shave your head and put you in the salt mines. 2017 January. Yeah.
Apparently, I am not a game designer because I can't into Pokemon.
No, there's other reason he's not a real game designer. Okay, more Super Mario Maker stuff is coming. It's been really good to see. The big change here is that they're going to have a web portal, which gives you lots more filters and a lot more way of finding levels.
And I guess sharing as well.
Yeah, finding
Yeah.
and sharing and filtering, and hopefully like you can turn off, you know what, I don't want autoplay levels. Ding! That would be a button that I think would be greatly appreciated by the
Might
community.
get some nice curated lists.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's nice to see Nintendo's strategy of actually continually supporting their stuff at the moment and using them as mini platforms. I think it makes me happier about buying their stuff, especially considering they never drop the price for them. You know, don't hold out for those Nintendo sales. They go like, oh, $5
They don't
off.
exist.
Yeah.
Question: did you see that Forbes article
Which one?
recently where they talked about how ISIS could use Mario Maker to send?
Oh, we just broke Mr. Producer.
No, legit. They could send secret messages to each other. It's in the article. It is ridiculous.
How are these
That's
messages
the
sent?
funniest thing ever. And they use Call of Duty to shoot bullets in the wall to send messages.
Well, that's actually, you know, we're just splitting off a little bit on news here. Like, this is very recent. The terrible attacks in Paris this week. Apparently, they were using PlayStation 4 messaging to get some of their communication going. So watch out, Nintendo. That's why they've got friend codes.
Oh yeah.
Stop this from happening too easily.
They're on it.
Yeah, they're working hard on
Yeah,
that
I guess
one.
it's nigh impossible to lock down these things. Like there's going to be I've heard about communication channels happening through the suggestions in Google search.
People used to send messages with smoke. There's always a way to send
Yes.
a message.
Like a phone.
Well, that one's easier to track. But you could just drop messages. There's lots of places to communicate. There's no trouble with consoles being a safe place for terrorism. It's just Well, the word's not funny. It's curious when they're blamed. For, well, not blamed.
Not blamed.
Brought up as it's like, oh yeah, they did do that. I guess that was kind of clever. Not too much credit though. It was pretty obvious terrorists. Jesus. But enough of that. That was actually gonna be my birthday gift to you. But I thought it was too. I was gonna say, now, Anais, feel free to say anything you want about terrorism and religious persecution in the world. Just have a platform for yourself. Just 5 minutes. Go for it.
No, I'm good.
And then we just stay silent for 5 minutes. It'd be the best present. We used to give when the show was the podcast and we had our interesting friend Ben on his birthday, we give him 5 minutes to talk about Call of Duty.
Ah.
Yep. You could say anything you
I
want.
think most of the time you blew it.
Well, normally, yeah, because I'd say you could talk about anything you want, but every year it was Call of Duty. He just wanted to say it's really good.
Okay,
and he
I'll
liked it a
prepare
lot.
my next birthday.
Okay. we'll get right on that. Okay, Xenoblade Chronicles is coming out December 4th and is looking sexy as hell. I heard that it was very grindy and very MMO-y, but it's real sexy and it's on my Wii U, and that might not stop me.
The right kind of grind and the right kind, I do like those things.
Multiplayer grind.
It's got to be multiplayer. You throw some multiplayer in with that grind, and I'm there, baby.
Yeah,
I like it.
Same day at least in our area of the world, we can also get Mario and Luigi Paper Jam.
I don't care.
Why not? You haven't played a Mario and Luigi in a few years.
I have never finished one.
You've never finished one.
So if I'm going to play one, I might as well play one.
How many Pokemons have you finished?
I have finished 2.
Liar.
I finished Pokemon Blue and
catch
Sapphire.
You didn't catch them all at all?
I did. Not all of them, but I finished them. I became the Master Badge.
Master. Anything. Other things. Was there anything else you really want to talk about Nintendo?
We had the...
No, Linksy. Linky.
Oh, that was actually interesting. You just tell us about it.
I don't know much about it. They've just made a girl Link.
Yeah, so, in...
For Hyrule Warriors.
The 3DS version.
Oh, is it 3DS?
Yeah, 3DS version. They announced a bunch of new characters. I think, like, the Red King, I think they're all 3DS. But they announced Linksy, or whatever her name is.
Linky?
Linky lady.
Stupid.
Female Link, who was in art book, I think, for Skyward Sword.
Okay.
They were thinking about doing a female Link. Or something like, it might have just been a concept at some point. And they just took it out of the art book and said, yeah, what, we'll just make it. She loves crossbows. She dual wields crossbows.
That's cool. I like dual
cool.
crossbows.
Yeah. That's Nintendo getting on that whole empowerment bandwagon.
Yeah. We're getting some...
they're real responsive to that.
Getting some Fire Emblem Fates with a weird business model. It's
strange. No, I kind of like it though. So the Fire Emblem business model is kind of like Pokemon, but not quite. Where they're releasing 2 games at once, basically, but they sort of cross over, and you buy one of them, and once you've bought one, the second one's discounted. Yeah. And I think when you get them both, you get the third for free or something.
I don't know. It
comes later.
Yeah. So when you add up the 2 versions, it's about a full price game.
Yeah.
But if you want to, you can just buy you can get half of it for.
Which might be perfect for me because I don't have time for a full Fire Emblem.
And then if you want the whole thing, you just buy the other version for cheaper. So you can pick whichever one you want. I think it's really interesting. I'd kind of like to see more of this with Nintendo when they have these multiple versions. Like actually use it in an interesting way.
Nintendo. Anyway, Dragon's Quest 7 and 8 are being coming to the 3DS in the West, which is cool. Then a bunch of other games. Go look up the Nintendo Direct if you want. That's
look like some edit of the Nintendo Direct. If
no, watch the entire thing.
Watch 45 minutes of Reggie talking.
Watch all of it. Now it's time for the Anais show. So look up Anais.
What?
Look at the camera. Look at
Hi.
it. Hi. Anais, you've been playing a game.
I have.
Starring a lady we all know well. Hillary Clinton.
Yes. Politician Raider? No, I don't know.
It's Tomb Raider.
Yes.
Which is only on the Xbox One at the moment.
It is, and half the reason why I bought an Xbox.
Cheryl
Other
was
half
sad.
was Halo 5.
What about... I can't remember the Sunset game anymore.
Sunset Overdrive.
Oh, Sunset Overdrive!
Yeah.
Did you play that?
No. I saw it on sale. I'm like, maybe.
I like the colours, but we're not talking about that.
Yeah.
Tell us about...
Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider.
I tried to record some footage, but failed.
Don't we have 30 seconds of footage?
Yes.
Or does it not play at all? Yeah.
It was 30 seconds. Basically, it's good. It's very similar to the old one.
How old
Tomb
are we
Raider.
talking?
Old Tomb Raider.
So
normal Tomb Raider.
So
like the one just been. Is it just
Just
called
wait.
Tomb Raider?
Yeah, this one's Rise of the Tomb Raider. The last
Yes.
one was Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
But if you say like the old one,
I mean,
I'm thinking
PS3
PS1.
Tomb Raider.
Okay.
So you mean middle Tomb Raider?
Yes, middle Tomb Raider.
Look, because Tomb Raider's old. When did I
Yeah.
first play Tomb Raider? I played it on PC. Bloody.
Oh god, it would be
Late-ish 90s?
Late 90s, I think is when it
Yeah.
was. Yeah.
I'm gonna say 98.
So
I was a sprat.
So one of the cool things in the first Tomb Raider was kind of the growth of Lara Croft from kind of being
From triangle breast to round breast.
no from regular breast Lara
Some
to
polygons
really
to more
badass regular
polygons?
breast Lara. So is there any kind of progression in this one with Lara's character?
The story is more daddy issues. Like she's no, she's following in her father's footsteps and sort of discovering why all this stuff happened. I haven't really been following the story that much. Yeah.
Well, how's just the platforming been?
It's good. The puzzles are being pretty challenging so far, I think,
Yeah.
which is good.
Is this more
Like good
of,
challenging?
environment manipulation than in Tomb Raider?
Yeah, there is. Yeah, like I had some water one where I had to like adjust the water to like climb up into a particular area. And it seems to be more emphasis on like upgrading like the weapons and stuff like
Okay.
that. So and you used to come across like your fires, like camps to upgrade. So that's happening a lot more.
But can you hold dual pistols and fight a dinosaur?
No. Well, not
Not
discovered.
yet. Not yet.
It is like a lost world. But yeah, so in Siberia, I think, yeah.
So-
all in the snow, so there's all this ice kind of stuff going on.
So the last game was Tomb Raider Uncharted Edition.
Yeah.
I assume they haven't dropped all of the set. In fact, a lot of the early footage was very set piece based. So is there more balance there? Does it feel better, or is it more Uncharted-y still?
I don't know, I think I need to play more, but it feels alright.
Feels
Yeah.
alright?
Yeah. It's still-
How many tombs have we raided?
Oh, like none. I keep getting this pop-up saying, oh no, one,
Pop-up
part of the
telling
main
you to
quest.
go raid some freaking
But there's all
tombs.
this like, oh, there's a secret tomb nearby, but I haven't found any. So
You
maybe that's
haven't-
just me being a noob or not looking hard enough. But yeah, you use like your
You
Witcher
sound like a
type
tomb
senses.
bypasser.
Yeah.
So, anyway,
Tomb Nearer.
But it's good. Much the same, but good.
good. Sounds good. Okay. Now for some news. Oh, news time. What news did I have? I didn't have a lot of
Any
news.
news?
They have said, they being the internet. Sorry, that's a really, really bad way to start. Actually, this is my only bit of news other than talking about breasts. Basically, the rights for System Shock have been picked up by Night Drive Studios at some point.
Hooray!
And they are currently doing a remake of System Shock 1. And then they're talking about, once we're done, maybe a new System Shock.
I'm down for more System Shock.
Because
Yeah.
they bought a license and they're going to fucking use it.
They should.
Hopefully they do a good job. I hope they retain the concept of System Shock 1 where you can just adjust the game to your playstyle.
Oh yeah, because you could say like I don't want to fight anyone.
Yeah.
So, but I want puzzles.
Yeah.
So yeah, you could. I think there's four ways.
I
you
would
can
have loved
customize
that.
it.
I would have loved that in Soma. It's like, you know what? Let's just get rid of the shitty hiding from monster
Yeah,
part.
yeah.
Not needed. It's because basically
Yeah.
Soma's a bit
I think
System
it's-
Shock.
I think it's really cool. I mean, System Shock is a game way ahead of its time. It had audio logs, voiced audio logs, back in the 90s.
That's like that's over a decade after Deus Ex Machina.
It's true. Now we're getting obscure.
Obscure references.
It was the controls were very clunky, but it had some really good ideas. Like you could lean around corners of madness. What is this?
I mean, like it was ahead of its time, but I
Yeah.
love that. That's like, oh, leaning, the best. It's what I do when one of the legs of my table is chunky. That's an inside this studio in joke. Enjoy it. Okay. No, I'm acting too much. But yeah, if I'm going to talk about any other studios, which was more just a discussion, just at the moment, so it got brought up with Xenoblade Chronicles X. There is censorship in the game in the West.
All right, what have they changed?
When you make your character, they took away the boob size slider,
Well,
which is fine. I don't really care.
I would care. I like boob slide.
Well, it's the fact that it was there and they took it away that
Yeah.
makes it a little bit more impactful.
Yeah.
I think Japan at the moment is very afraid.
It's like when you take like a Sesame Street and you censor it. Like
You're like-
you immediately draw attention to
It's
something
like,
that
why
that
is it
bad.
censored?
Yeah, like if they just
Yeah.
leave it there, it's like, okay, there's a boob slider, I don't care. But taking it out, you're like, oh well.
It wasn't
now-
like Dead or Alive.
Yeah.
Did you ever play Dead or Alive?
Yeah,
like
I
the
love
original?
Dead or Alive.
Where you set the girl's age, but her age
Oh,
was
really?
the breast size. This is like in the original Dead or Alive. So if you made her 99 years old, her breast was
Oh, really?
like
I never
that.
played the
Yeah.
original.
It was
Yeah.
hilarious.
Aw.
I don't know if it probably titillated someone, but for the rest of us,
It was
it was
just
just
funny.
mighty funny.
Now I have
Yeah.
to play that.
Because they
Old
did
lady.
that. They Bravely Default also had censorship in it, but that was that. They decided. Oh, was it? Yeah. They decided that you couldn't have sexy. Oh no, actually, it's the same as Xenoblade. Can't put the sexy costumes on the 13-year-old.
Well, that's
Yeah,
fair.
there are some
I'm fine with
yeah
that.
there are some cultural differences.
Yeah, there are.
Yeah,
yeah. But then in Fatal Frame, they removed all the sexy costume bonus options, but they replaced them with things like Samus's Zero Suit and stuff like that.
But I want my sexy costumes.
It's
You know what you
weird.
can do? You can just have both.
You could. It's weird to lose things, but it's also like, if I'm going to play a horror game, maybe not a sexy negligee?
Maybe.
Do they do it for ratings? Maybe like can you?
No, because they're still all rated M.
Hmm.
So it's just like...
Hmm.
But I think, especially when it comes to the underage stuff, I think that's just straight up.
It kind of makes
That's
sense.
going to get bad headlines.
Yeah.
But the boob slider, it's fine to lose it, but it does seem a bit weird.
Mm.
I could change. I'm pretty sure I could change my boobs in Fallout 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't
Oh,
check.
you change your masculinity and
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
weight and stuff, which affects the boobs.
You know, sometimes I just like to play a really big, heavy lady, but this time I decided to just go out my power fantasy of being a sexy redhead again. But I gave her some blemishes on her face.
And wear sundresses.
And she also wears a sack over her head. Most time. What does this say about my personality? But I make an attractive woman and then put a sack over her head.
I don't know, man.
We're saying hello to Luke on Twitch.
Hey,
Hello, Luke
Luke.
on Twitch.
Hi.
We're on Twitch as well now if you're watching on YouTube. And if you're on Twitch, we also are on YouTube. And we're mainly watching the YouTube comments because we're new on Twitch and we've got to work shit out. Now you know what's happening on these computers.
Yeah.
Also just a spreadsheet.
I'm not just ignoring everyone. I was looking at.
You
chat.
have been looking at your fucking computer a lot this episode.
I know.
I've been watching.
I have been.
You're just excited by new Twitch people, aren't you?
I know. There's
Yeah, it
two
is
things for me to
exciting.
watch. All right,
Okay.
I'll pay more attention to the camera.
Good, because it's time for you to talk.
Oh yes.
What the fuck is Dark Fear?
Dark Fear is a awesome throwback to 90s PC adventure games.
Like Hugo's House of Horrors?
Like Hugo's House of Horrors, except even scarier.
What?
Okay, so if you're seeing this, and you've played any kind of like Space Quest,
Man,
King's
that
Quest,
score in the corner. That's,
yeah, like you can immediately see that this thing is channeling some old CSI Sierra adventure game. With a few extra things, like you can see there's health and gold and stuff like that. Because this thing it's not just the Sierra adventure game. It's like trying to bring in some of the other. You remember Last Half of Darkness?
The what of Darkness?
Last Half of Darkness.
No.
It was a horror adventure game, which kind of reminds me of this.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
That's a good call.
So in this video, I'm not showing any. This is probably about a third through the game or so. You can see from the score. So not giving any spoilery.
You could have just been getting a low score and being
I
in
could
the
have. I
end.
could just be kind of terrible. But it's got all the classic adventure game tropes. So we've got like there's items you pick up. You can be crazy and try to combine them all, which is what I'm going to do. You need to pixel hunt everything, which involves tapping on the screen an awful lot.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
Yeah. But like classic Sierra adventure games, what you need to pick up tends to stick out just a little bit. So it's like it's not that well blended with the environment. So you know, okay, there's a thing for me to pick up. So that kind of works okay. And it's got all these other really weird systems in there because they're trying to
Like
make it.
badger hunting.
Yeah, they're trying to make it a bit of an RPG as well. So one of the things you have to do is earn gold because with gold you can then go and kind of buy potions for fight things. And some things you need to have a certain number of potions really to beat. So to do that, you have to go off and get animal skins, which you then can sell for money or to upgrade your items to do more damage. But I'm fully upgraded with my katana for now. I'm
With
sure
your
that-
katana?
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
I'm kind of interested to see where the story's going to go because it kind of throws you in what feels like something a bit medieval, but then there's like these kind of modern contemporary things like the painted house and stuff like that. So I'm not too sure what's going to happen.
Ringu!
Yeah, there's some really nice animations as well. It's probably not coming through because I'm just kind of showing you the stills, but it's genuinely creepy at some points. Like there's some really creepy visuals, some kind of cheap shock scares.
What are you
that
playing
actually
this on?
work. This is on iPhone.
It's also on
iPhone.
Android.
Yeah, and it's
But
What's it called
I wanted
again?
to know if you were on tablet or
No,
your
so
phone.
this is me playing it on my iPhone 5.
What's it called again?
It's called Dark Fear.
Okay.
That is dark. and
Dark
Yeah.
Fear, yeah. Which is kind of a lame name,
I
but
assume it's premium.
yeah, it's a premium game. So
You can get it on Android.
So here we're
It's
looking
better.
at the combat. So this is where the combat's not particularly deep. It's really I can do so much damage to this character before it kills me. I seem to have enough potions to not die. It's what are you doing, buddy?
Getting some badges.
You getting some badges?
Not some badges
No,
like in
no badge brigade.
in Badge Brigade, but some
No.
badges, as in honey badges.
Yep.
They don't give a fuck.
No, they don't. They give no fucks. Really enjoy this. I don't think it's very long. I've probably played it for maybe about probably not even an hour yet. It's pretty short.
It's like $4, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like $4, but I really love games that are a throwback to what I liked as a kid, and they don't come out that often. Like the other one was
Pokemon
you have
Red
to
and
beat,
Blue.
You have Pokemon Red and Blue, or you have to beat the game, or you have to win the game.
Oh yeah, Super.
Yeah.
You have to win the game.
Yeah, before the Super.
Well, you have to win the game, then Super. You have to.
Yeah,
win the
yeah,
game.
like those were a really good throwback to the platforms I liked as a kid, and this is kind of a throwback to the Sierra Adventure games, but in a kind of package that is accessible to
See, with your hat, I thought throwback would be like stick and ball.
I do like me some stick and ball.
That's good.
Yeah, really enjoying it. Really enjoying it. I'll finish it.
Dark Fear, will you? I'm gonna get some check up on that.
Fear.
I'm just gonna move my water cup over towards the water. Look, it magically fills itself.
Oh my god!
This is the best. I love it. Okay, now it's time for Cheapskate's Game Club. This week,
Thank you,
we
Magic
played
Water
1-800 Monsters. Now, this is a game on Itch.io. It was actually part of the recent Ludum Dare game jam, where you are the monster, was the theme. And it's basically a game where you are a monster, well, a guy at a birthday party dressed in a monster suit, and you have to blow up castles for some reason. I am...
Because kids like fireworks, and he likes fireworks.
Yeah, I'm not overly, apologetic that I picked this, but I think our conversation will be short.
I can tell you the reasons I don't like it.
I can tell you the reasons I don't like it too.
Alright.
And Nay, before we get onto that, what are the reasons you like or don't like it?
Well, I tend to like things. But,
I like it when we come to it and it's like, I like it.
but I got
We'll-
bored
we'll
pretty
turn you
quick.
into a
And
cynical
I'm pretty sure
husk.
you guys played more than me.
Did you finish it?
No.
Well, okay.
I like the music
Yes, though.
and the premise.
I will say the music. It says something about it that you get to like the third
The
level.
third level,
and
it
they're like,
says,
"Hey,
sick of the music already? Turn it off
No.
with M. I like the music. I thought it was,
It was
I thought it
alright.
was cute. And graphically, this is why I picked it up. I was told it was I heard that it was fun, and I thought it looked cute. And I'm like, well, it's good enough for me. Well, apparently not.
No.
Because I wasn't that blown away by it in the end. What were your problems with it, James?
Okay, first off, it's not on a grid.
It's what?
It's not on a grid.
It's not on a grid. That's its number
Yep,
one problem.
It should be on a grid. It's just very clunky and awkward to play to try and get it into where you need it to get to be. There are very few interesting puzzles. There's
I don't know
one.
if I had... There is?
The kid puzzle I thought was alright.
Which was the kid
Where
puzzle?
the kids had to push the blocks to help you out. Like there's a really strict time limit. And you had to use the kids walking back and forth
I
to
mustn't
push
have
the
got to
blocks.
that
I
level.
thought you had to dodge them.
No, you can push the kids around.
Ah,
Some-
I was trying to dodge them.
Yeah, sometimes a kid will be walking towards a barrel, and you've got to push the kid out of the way from walking to the barrel. So it has some more complex mechanics. And, well, really, this is... Hopefully we get up to that level in this footage.
This is where the kids
Oh,
can
you killed a
explode.
kid.
Yeah.
What the hell?
There's no restart button. That's quick.
Well,
No.
we just hit R.
Yeah, but it's a little animation of you lose.
Okay.
I
It's
wanted
not
my
that
wanted
slow.
my quick restart. You're seeing it. It may not seem like much, but it did kind of shit me after a while.
You know, well, you're easily shitted.
I
it's
am.
true.
I am. So this was the theme was
You are the monster.
You are the monster. I guess I didn't really feel like a monster. Like the theme, it struggled to sell to
I
me.
don't really know what's going on.
Yeah, it's like I'm trying to blow up. I don't know. Like the theme, I get it. I'm someone in a monster costume. But I don't
Kate
feel
on the
like a
chat
monster.
calls it Demolition Barney.
That's a good name.
Yeah,
that is a
sold it
good
better.
name.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so here's where I stopped playing the game. Why can't I push that?
Yeah, it's weird.
It's clicked on some object that's not
No.
and
noticeable.
now you can't get it out.
So you're going to love my solution.
What was it? Quit the game?
No.
Kitties?
Time to blow up a kid. could have just quit the game, but why not kill a
No.
child in the process?
Yeah.
And that's literally where I stopped playing
Yeah.
the game. I'm like, I get it now. It's got a pushing mechanic, which, as you say, it needs to be on a grid because it's flawed.
Yeah.
And you get caught on things that you can't even tell you're going to get
And
caught on.
I understand it's a jam. It's
a jam
It's
game,
a jam
yeah.
game. They're trying to work with the restrictions, and it looks very pretty. The art is really good.
But Unreal Tournament was a jam game, and that was better than this.
What?
I don't know. I just thought I'd see if I could make a fake fact.
No. Yeah, it's
like
only
one
2
time.
days.
Remember when I told you that they filmed the film Cube in one day?
Oh, did they?
Yeah, I was like, it's enough of a lie that it could potentially be true, but obviously is a lie when you think about it.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean,
It was there.
I played through it. I didn't see any particularly interesting mechanics. It was a bad block pushing game with some nice art.
Was there a finish?
Yeah, you can play
Okay.
through it. It's not very long.
What's the twist?
The twist is here's a level that you can beat without a timer.
It's
The
pretty
end.
good. I like it.
Now vote for us, please. And I didn't vote for anyone.
Nah. Okay, so shall we move on to crowdfunding?
Yes, let's do it.
Because we've got some exciting crowdfunding. First up, soccer. Who here loves soccer?
It's alright.
I used to play it.
I did. I didn't like it. I like playing goalie, so I didn't have to run.
But
Also,
then you just get
we
balls
lost.
kicked in your face.
Yeah, we lost a lot.
I dreamed his
'Cause you're
pilot
like,
balls in his face. We were scouts after all. Okay, so first up, we have the spiritual successor to sensible soccer. Are you saying yay? Well, then you were born in the 80s, early 90s, maybe, and you played sensible soccer. Everyone else is like, what the fuck
What
is
is
sensible
sensible
soccer? It was basically the main competitor to FIFA. It was around before FIFA.
Really?
And yeah, like Sensible Soccer was like, well, yeah, this is our wanting to be a real thing, but Sensible Soccer was like, here's our very solid gameplay mechanics with its top-down view, and yeah, this is really good. And then it disappeared.
Oh.
There's a style that just sort of went away. And I think that there aren't really many sports games that take this kind of old school game attitude at the moment. There's so much tied in trying to be Sims, and I've had my rants about sports games and Sims before, where they're simulating things that you don't have control over.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, yeah, I guess I can't go left foot, right foot. This is just you walk out to the ball and you got the ball and you kick it another direction. So it's a bit more well, not more tactical, but it's easier to be read by someone that's not into it. But anyway, the game looks pretty much just like it used to look.
Yeah, but prettier.
Yeah, a bit fair.
Yeah.
Still made by John Hare.
John Hare
Who made the old ones.
and Cannon Fodder.
Yeah. And like in the whole pitch, there's like 20 seconds of footage, and I've got it all.
And like super retro 80s music.
Yeah.
Like this as a sport game interests me more than FIFA. Like I may.
Well,
I may
you're
have
either
fun
on
with
the
this.
you're on the FIFA bandwagon already, or
Yeah.
you're not going to get on it.
Question, why is it sociable? Where's the sociable element?
Well, it's sensible.
Oh, no, it's
sociable.
It's sociable.
I just
the new
read
one.
it as sensible.
No, because he doesn't have the rights to sensible soccer, so he wanted something else, and this one has some social elements like multiplayer.
Oh.
And there's also a management side to it as well. I don't know how that makes it particularly sociable, but it's a little bit more sociable than it was sensible back in the day. It's sensibly sociable, that's what they say. Anyway, you either care about this or you don't. I don't think anyone can sell you either way.
Do you care about it?
Me? No.
No.
No. I just know that other people do.
Maybe.
And that's alright. If you want the game as an early bird, though, it's 12 poundery dues.
How many Australian dues is that?
That'd be like $20.
$20? Yeah.
Between $20 and $7,000.
Yeah, somewhere there.
Somewhere between those two numbers. So if you're interested, that's just the early bird as well, but they had 4,000 early birds, so I think you're probably safe for a little while. It is sensible soccer after all. It's not
What's their goal?
double fine. I don't know, $12?
$12? Damn, they're going to get that.
They're going to get that. In fact, one purchase will get them to that goal.
Was sensible soccer, question in chat, the one where you could kill players with the
With a
super,
super
kick?
kick.
I don't think you can kill anyone in
I
sensible
don't-
soccer.
Because that I would play.
You can certainly kill people in Speedball 2, which is my premier sports game choice. But yeah, I know sensible soccer. I don't remember murdering anyone in it, but
Maybe.
I've murdered a lot of people in my days. So James, they're actually after £300,000.
Whoa.
To which
£300,000, eh? Is this one of the situations where they may overestimate the nostalgia?
nostalgia, maybe.
Yeah.
but that's all right. This is a way of testing that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like we think people have fond memories, and I think plenty of people do, but for that price and the fact there's not that much experience recently, yeah, I wouldn't be suspected if it does come out, but this Kickstarter fails.
And then come back later
else.
and do it again, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, but next up, Blacksea Odyssey, which is a kind of annoying but cool name to say. Blacksea Odyssey is a space shooting game. Well, not kinda. It is. You are. Well, you sort of might think you're a pirate, but you're actually like a hunter.
With a grappling hook.
With a grappling hook, and so the game is split into shooting and everything's sort of destructible in the world. So when you attack enemies, anything that's like bigger than like an insect, you tend to grapple onto them, then attack the area you've just grappled, and then rip it off the enemy.
Yeah.
Which means and. It's pretty cool. In fact, and one of the good things about this, quite a large playable demo.
Yeah, I really like the look of this game. Like, it's just the dismantling of the aliens looks incredibly satisfying.
Look at that beard.
It's got some great style to it.
Normally, if you fight a big thing, it'll be a big damage sponge until it dies.
Yeah.
Like, the idea of, like, you need to disassemble this thing.
Well, that's the
really
thing.
Cool.
When I was playing it, and we've got some gameplay footage here as well, but when I'm playing it, it's really, you'll have a big health bar and you're not really taking it down, and then you rip off a piece and just a big bit of the health bar disappears. Like, so you could just shoot it forever and beat it, or you can intelligently attack it and learn about it. Also, what I like, it's a space shooter, but it's not like asteroid style movement. It's literally push left, move left. Stop holding it, you stop. It's got a little bit of a skid to it, so you're a little bit floaty, but you're pretty much just direct communication and action. Really, really impressed by this game.
Is that a big open world as well?
No, at least not in the demo. It's literally, we need you to go hunt this. And then you go into sort of, I think they're randomly generated areas, and they'll have different life forms in there. So you can just hunt the one that you're after, but they'll often have protection around them. Or you can just go around trying to get bonuses and everything. But it is persistent between levels. So I beat this level with like 2 health left. And then I went to the next level, not realizing I still only had 2 health.
Oh dear.
I should have gone to the shop.
Yeah.
But you collect money, you get different upgrades, you get lots of cool equipment, you get bonuses. So at least one of the things, I had collected some health packs. So in the second level, I was able to deploy the health packs, and okay, I was fine until I just got murdered by some space things. So yeah, this is the first thing they get you to fight. Like, it's pretty big, I guess. But it's cool, and you're competing against other, at least in the demo, other AI hunters. So at the end, you get your bounty score, but they've also got theirs, and you're in like a leaderboard. But like the world's destructible and stuff like that, so the big creatures can just smash through all asteroids and everything, while you can dig tunnels.
Are the creatures procedurally generated?
I don't think so. I think all the creatures have their own.
They look really cool.
Yeah, and they've got their own behaviors as well. So notice here, like, this thing's mostly hard to hit because it's only that part of the tail. But now that I've ripped that off, I can continue coming in its rear. And it's completely defenseless from behind now.
Yeah.
So it's, you can throw this shit at me. Really cool, really impressive arcade game that seems pretty original to me.
Yeah, I think this looks really good.
Yeah.
This looks really fun.
I had great, I'm going to go back and play some more of it this weekend, probably.
So this is the demo?
This is the demo. This is one of those things where they're kickstarting it, but they're pretty, like, they're saying that they're going to launch in like April next year. Like, they want to get this on console as well.
Yep.
So they're looking at PS4 and the Xbone on there. Like, it's super impressive, and they're obviously very far in. You can go play it if you want to know if it's fun. I played it with a keyboard and mouse, but they've obviously got controls.
So you aim with the mouse where you're going to grapple?
Yeah. I found it was quite natural with the keyboard and mouse. I thought that was a good fit for it. If you want to back for a copy of the game, you're able to do that for $10 US. And that's just a Steam copy of it.
Looks like a $10 game to me.
If you want to get it possibly for console, that's a $15 minimum. But that's fair enough.
Yeah.
There's overheads on all that sort of stuff.
Looks good.
I think it's awesome. Awesome, cool stuff. And then finally today, we've got Crypt Underworld. Now, Crypt Underworld is a sequel to Crypt Worlds, which is a weird little free-to-play... well, it's free. I don't like the word free-to-play. It's just a free game, which is like a life simulator in a crazy, stupid world.
Well, you piss a lot, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of urinating in the game, apparently. Partly why we don't know too much about it. None of us have played Crypt Worlds, correct?
No.
which is why we're going to play it next week for Cheapskate's Game
Yay!
Club. And because I can't tell you what the hell this game is about, we might be able to tell you if this game's worth backing up.
Well, they're already half funded, so I assume they've got a following.
They've got a following, and it's certainly got a style to it.
And yes, it has a style.
Yeah, I don't know what to think about this thing. It looks like madness. But that's good.
But
I like madness.
I like crazy, weird things.
Yeah, it sort of reminds me something that Ice Pick Lodge, the people that made like the Plague game. God damn it! Why can't you help me with the Plague game name, or Cargo, or the Void, or the Plague game, Pathologic?
There we go.
Thank you. Good thing I've got two people next to me that know video games.
I haven't played Pathologic.
Well, you should.
I've seen it on Steam.
It's good. Yeah, it seems like something they'd make, but a little bit more. Well, they can get psychedelic. But
It's like that cross with Normality Inc.
You know what? I was thinking.
You were thinking of
Normality
Normality Inc. Nice.
If anyone else gets the Normality reference, thank you very much. If you wanted to back for a copy of that game, get this: at $1, they'll send you a picture of a virtual jar of blood.
I'm down for that.
Okay.
At $5, which is limited to 10 people, they'll send you the same picture twice, so you can have one on the go.
Bargain.
So yeah, if you find that
Better than a wallpaper.
So the actual game is at $10. But
Okay, let's play it. Let's play this free one.
Yeah, and then
see
we'll
how
tell
we
you
go,
if it's
yeah.
good or not. Okay.
Whether it's worth the photo of jar of blood.
Yeah. Man, I feel like I should just pledge for that. It sounds pretty good. Okay, so before we get back into Fallout 4, because this will be spoiler talk, let's wrap up anything else and do our picks of the week. So James, thinking, what's your pick of the
I'm
week?
going Dark Fear.
Dark Fear?
Yeah, I'm really enjoying Dark Fear.
You fear the dark?
Nope, but I like Dark Fear.
Now, we're tossing up between Fallout 4 and Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Yeah, Fallout 4.
Fallout 4?
Not even hesitation.
Yeah, Rise of the Tomb Raider is something I played when I couldn't play Fallout 4 because my brother was playing it. So
Your brother's a real dick.
Yeah. We were...
Good.
Yeah.
And my pick will be the awesomely but terribly named Blacksea Odyssey.
Blacksea Odyssey.
Yeah, I could do this. It's rhythmic.
It is,
Yeah.
but it is a little clunky to say.
Blacksea. Yeah, it's the Blacksea Odyssey.
Blacksea Odyssey.
Which actually does roll off the tongue fine, but I like to say
I'm
it really rigidly, really make it awkward. Okay.
Yep.
So, we will be talking about spoilers of Fallout 4, but we're not going to be talking endgame or anything.
This will be early game
We're
stuff.
talking basically the
Yeah.
setup.
So I've played like the first 16 or so hours, which in terms of Fallout 4 is not much.
Well, depending on what you're doing.
Depending on what you do.
You could clear the main quest in less than that if you really wanted.
So we're not going to go too far with the plot here.
No. Nothing past character creation. Okay. So, Fallout 4.
Yeah.
Okay. Story-wise, I can't tell you how much I hate this setup. So much.
Yeah.
But it's funny. It's worked out very well for me.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So the setup being you're chasing your kid.
Well, no. The setup being that you're in the past, and you have a partner. I was playing a woman, so I had a husband and a
Yep.
baby. And then
I played a woman.
Then you also played a woman.
woman?
Everyone I know played a woman.
I just like playing ladies.
They're the best.
I don't get to be a girl in real life. Much.
Just that sundress sometimes.
Yeah. And then the bombs come, so you go to a vault that you just got into, but it's a different vault. It's a cryo vault, and they put you to sleep in cryostasis, and then you wake up again, and it's in the future, and you get to, for some reason, you wake up while someone's taking your kid out of your partner's vault, like cryostasis thing. I don't know the scientific reason for that.
Why I'm freezing? I don't know how the
Some of
cryo
them,
system works.
if you
Because she
go through-
refreezes. It's not like
I think-
you're starting to defrost and then it's like no, you defrost for a little wake up so you can see the plot important events. Then you go back to freeze. Sorry, what are you saying, Anais?
Maybe malfunction. You go through and see that a bunch of them malfunctioned.
Everyone else died. Yeah.
Yeah, and you're
So-
the lucky one that didn't.
How lucky.
Yeah.
But it worked out perfectly for me because they take the kid
Yeah.
and so I don't care.
He was like, rid of the kid, I'm done.
I don't care in the slightest. It's sorted out because, okay, some sexist stereotypes I'm going to take here. I'm the mother, yet because I'm the player character and I think they basically wrote the story around the guy, I don't really have to do anything for the kid. I'm just like, oh yeah, other people take the kid. I really am quite disconnected from them, which is weird for the motherly position, especially since it's supposed to be sort of 50s style. But I'm also, like, I made my character kind of gaunt, and she certainly didn't make the breast large enough to look like she's being breastfeeding. So even though this baby's still in the crib, she just said, fuck it, formula, and she's already stopped producing.
He's like,
I'm like, yeah, I don't give a shit.
See, I did. So it's for me, it was a very emotionally driving reason to go wander the wastes.
Very different people.
Yeah, but I think for a lot of people, like ripping the kid from someone's arms is quite a heavy thing to do in a game.
Oh, just wait, I needed one more thing.
All right, go.
So your husband or wife, depending on which one, dies and they get shot in the head in this. But the only interaction I really had with my husband was he came up to me in the baby's room and go like, oh, maybe we could go to this park after this. And my only response was to go like, yeah, so we can have another kid, eh? And I just like some sarcastically, and then I like told him to shove off. I'm like, I hate my husband and my baby. This is perfect. I finally got to the utopia of freedom where I can run around in a sundress with a bag on my head. It's great.
See, I actually first, when I started the game, I started this as a man. And I wanted to make Antonio the lover of the wastelands. And my idea was that I was going to go around sleeping with all the beautiful women as Antonio, the lover of the wastelands. But as soon as the story started and there was like the baby thing, I'm like, you know what? I want a good revenge story now. And so then I decided, all right, I want to be the vengeful mother. So I went back and started again. The problem I had going down that route to try and play that character is that the game's about wandering around the wasteland, having wasteland adventures. That's what Fallout is. That doesn't mesh that well with a really emotionally driven goal. It's like if I want to try and play a character that is like,
wouldn't time be of the essence?
Yeah, it's like I would just be straight away like with the Minutemen.
Yeah,
I was like, fuck it, I'm not hanging around. Like they took my baby, bitch. I'm gonna get it back. And
I have many things to say about the Minutemen, but I want to wait for the footage to come up.
So
this is when I tried to get the sundress coming up and showing my panties, but it didn't work this time. The first time it didn't work. I'm like, damn it, I'm not trying again. It's starting to get pathetic. So this psychic lady, I don't care about psychics.
You tried to kill
anything,
her?
so I really, really hated this character. So
they don't even respond. I haven't tried to kill anyone in the town.
Yeah.
Did you give her drugs?
No. So one of the things I talked about in this game was that you can walk away from any conversation. So I just done the Minuteman thing. And
Mama Murphy.
She's just going to sit down. And I talked to the Minuteman. He's like, oh, we're going to go back to this town. I'm like, great. And then it pans over to her to start talking to her. She starts going, I've had a vision of... I just turn around and leave. And it's like, but I've got a mission. Like, go with the Minutemen to the play. I'm like, why aren't they moving? Sure, you can walk away, but the game literally pauses until you walk back and continue the conversation. So I had to go through this character. I just wanted to keep shooting, and it just didn't work out.
Yeah,
I shot at her a lot.
But
eventually, the grenades do start making a difference.
Eventually, the game for me, because I completely ignored the start of it, I was like, I don't care about this Minutemen thing.
Yeah.
Eventually, just went, fuck it. Have the Brotherhood of Steel quest. Like, I assume that the Brotherhood of Steel quest follows after Minutemen, I'm guessing.
That's how I'm doing.
Yeah,
it's
got a health
optional.
down.
Like, Brotherhood of...
Look, she's almost dead. Oh, no!
Yeah, actually, I do want to just, while you're murdering people...
Yeah.
This is where I actually want to highlight one of the things that this game... And this is still a problem with Fallout 3 that I have from what I liked about original Fallout. In this game, it's written in such a way that you can't break it. So I was in a situation where I don't know if you had done the Kellogg stuff yet.
I don't remember.
Yeah. So you have to get into Kellogg's house, and I need the key. So, all right, I need to get the key to his house. I couldn't pick it. I need to go to the mayor. The mayor has it. So I go to the mayor, and I say, hey, mayor, I want the key. And he's like, you're not having the key. I'm like, well, fuck you, mayor. Give me the key.
Oh, I'm dead in my sundress and bag.
And so I thought, you know what? If this was Fallout 1 or 2, at this point, I could pickpocket him and take the key. So I tried that. Couldn't pickpocket him. I just died over and over again. It's like, all right, I'm just going to kill him. I'm just going to go, screw this. I went into that house. I'm playing the vengeful mother who will stop at nothing. Give me that goddamn key. Can't kill him. You get his health down, then he just gets back up again. So
How'd you get the key?
You go out to like the person on the desk and just bribe her.
Oh, that's what I did.
And
I
she
sweet
gives you-
talked her though, because I'm a
Yeah,
sweetie.
but but like I wish the game gave me those opportunities, and I assume that character is going to kind of come back later. But
Yeah.
by trying to put this like big plot into the game, it means they can't do that. Like with Fallout 1 and 2, it's like, all right, you need to get the water chip, so you can go here and get the water chip, and then you go to the temple because there's super mutants and stop the super mutants. That's it. You don't have to go through these big chains to get there.
Have you? Admittedly, I've been avoiding talking to people because I hate everyone I meet. But has there been anyone that's like had like passion or excitement or voice acting that's anything more than a, well, I'm the Minutemen and the people are holding us down, so if you could go help us shoot them, it would be great.
I think the main character's voice acting's really good.
When I can tell people to fuck off, she does tell people
Yeah.
to fuck off.
Yeah, admittedly,
Like,
those are most of my responses.
Yeah.
now.
She's like, just like, no, fuck you, Kellogg.
I think her voice acting's good.
Yeah, no, she's good.
Some of the others are weird.
I don't know what the guys.
Everything's just very flat to me. I'm like, you guys need to watch Mad Max Fury Road.
It doesn't
Get in on
suffer.
that.
Yeah, it doesn't suffer from like too many repeated voices. I haven't really had that problem.
No.
Apparently Ashley Birch is in it.
Oh,
She's
Three
in
characters,
everything.
yeah.
But-
One of them's Chloe.
Yeah.
But no, like you're right though. Like comparing it to Mad Max, where it's like there should be more crazy in this world, but it is kind of flat.
Everyone's kind of
Yeah.
a bit mundane with it. My favorite thing was finding a robot, and I could set its personality to different types. And when you set it to Subway Inspector,
What does it do?
It just says, "Where's your subway ticket?" It starts shooting me. Like, oh fuck!
Oh, so that's why subway tickets are handy.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that
Okay,
would
next
Yeah,
happen.
I'm like,
something.
I'm collecting these. I don't know why, but I
Oh,
feel like
you
they're
can
gonna
actually
help.
You might need it. You might need it for a damn
Yeah.
robot. Yeah, you can't turn it off. Okay.
All right. So
But-
how far can I talk about this? Like, have you dealt with Kellogg? Do you know who Kellogg is?
I've dealt with Kellogg.
I don't care.
You don't care.
Okay.
Or have you dealt with post Kellogg?
Like,
Have you?
Is
He's
that
dead.
Kellogg that's like made of
Okay.
sticks?
There's
Fencing Kellogg?
the,
I have his gun.
okay,
so-
but you're not much further than that. Okay,
No.
well, I'll assume that because there's actually a really interesting part you're very close to, narratively speaking. It's probably the most interesting thing I've seen Bethesda do, in terms of like having an interesting character. So I feel like
I have a feeling this is still going to be incredibly mild.
no, well, it's kind of subtle. Like, it's subtle in a very unsubtle way. But I won't spoil what it is, because I think you should do it. But it basically takes a character and has a very intimate look about that person, that character, and how they got to where they were.
Wait, is it the detective?
No, it's not
Okay.
detective. It's Kellogg. You find out more about Kellogg.
Oh.
Was that he designed the cereal as an anti-masturbation tool?
No, that wasn't.
But it should be. That's
should
the
be,
truth.
yeah. So I think
the truth, people.
I think Fallout.
Get it out there.
Fallout 3. Fallout 3. It is like Fallout 3. Fallout 4.
Just call it Fallout 3 too.
From yeah, it is really that's what it is. The story has started to grab me. Like, I'm kind of getting a bit interested now. There's a very minor twist, I think. I won't even mention it though.
What does the psychic lady actually tell me?
I ignore the psychic
Because I
lady.
skipped everything
I
she
did
said
not
and tried
care
to
about
shoot
it.
her.
Like, got out of that vault and I'm like, baby's gone. Want it back. I'm just leaving now,
You have
please.
good maternal instinct.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not helping you with
Paul
your stupid
doesn't.
Minutemen.
What? I think I'd be a fabulous mother.
Then go get your baby.
Fuck the baby. Who cares?
Did you keep your husband's wedding ring, or did you sell it?
I keep it. I have 2 wedding
kept
rings.
it,
I need to
yeah.
remember the pain.
I thought I could melt them down.
All right. Well, okay. So there's the plot stuff is one thing.
Yeah.
Another thing that I like to do in Fallout games is wander around and explore.
Well, that's how I find my fun in it. Yeah.
But for me, I haven't been finding the fun in exploration.
So far, I find just like bandit encampments. It's like, oh, there's someone here, and like one that's right next to the start of the game. There was someone that was shooting at me. They had a dog, and when I went up there, there was a woman raider that was shooting at me.
Yeah.
There was another woman up there who was already dead, lying on a bed with some drugs next to her. It's like, okay, so there were junkies, and the other one had already died. That's a mini story, but
Yeah.
not really interesting. Like it's good color, but I haven't found anything big that's interesting so far.
I've found an awful lot of really nicely dressed environments that tell little stories. I found a lot of them.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and like probably the problem is I find them and I expect there to be more. So
At least good loot or
yeah, like I
something.
get there and I'm in this weird hippie camp where everyone's dead and they're talking about liberating robots. I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, this is interesting. and there's nothing really there. There's a robot you can say, I think, leads you back to a factory or something, and it gives you like a quest to go somewhere. But the area itself, it's like I just cleared everyone, and now it's clear. Like I feel like I remember in Fallout 3 when I found I can't remember the name of it, but it was like the children's city, the child city.
You know, I was thinking the same thing and saying how I tried to kill them all.
Yeah. But like I really like that was a really cool thing to find.
I saved them.
Yeah, like I think it was like Torchlight or Lamp. I don't know, whatever it was.
Torchlight or Doctor Who. Or
something like that. But yeah, I haven't found anything like that yet. Maybe that's there somewhere. There are those really interesting.
Torchwood, isn't it? I made a joke that wasn't a joke. Damn it! Sorry.
There's some nuggets of, but yeah, the most interesting little things I stumbled.
It was Little Lamplight.
Oh, thank you. The most interesting thing that I stumbled across that was actually a fridge. So
this just a Indiana Jones reference?
No, it wasn't. And this is the kind of little things I like to find because I think there are little stories that you remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was just a fridge with a scavenger at the front. That's all it was, in the middle of nowhere. And so I'm walking along and to see this person, the scavenger, who apparently all scavengers want to kill me on sight as well.
I do find that a bit strange, and especially let's go to Witcher 3. But most things tend to have a motivation. It's like it's either a monster, or you have like an actual already existing conflict, or you literally talk to them first. There's generally not a whole lot of, except for when bandits try to ambush you.
Like, I get raiders attacking me. Scavengers, I'm not... Like, surely a scavenger will just run away.
But I guess it's like, after the apocalypse, like post-apocalyptic kind of thing. Everyone hates each other, looking after themselves.
But they're also mundane and happy to walk around in tri-corner hats and stuff.
Yeah.
So anyway, back to my fridge.
Okay,
it's actually quite a short story.
I'm looking forward to the fridge.
But no,
I know it's short, so we're going to really stretch it out.
So it was just a scavenger. I'm like, what the hell's going on? I kill the scavenger, and I look in the fridge, and it's like, there's some cool loot in there, some whatever. But this little thing of, like, this absurdity of this fridge locked in the middle of the wasteland that someone else is trying to get into, and I've stumbled across it, and I'm like, no, I want in that fridge. And I murder the person to get into the fridge.
Yeah.
Like, that is getting to that kind of really kind of, like, bizarro wasteland stuff that I want.
What was in the fridge?
It was not that memorable. It was like some ammo or something like that. And I know.
Should have been a smaller fridge.
It should have been a smaller fridge. But like that kind of little setup, I think is fine. Like, but then I stumbled across other stuff. Like there was this guy in a camper van that had like these soldiers set up out the front, and like clearly someone put a lot of effort into dressing this particular thing. But there was nothing there. Like I looked around, maybe there was a note or something I missed. I don't know. But like I feel like I'm finding things which look like they're going to be interesting.
Especially at night, they're all lit up, and I'm like, I'm going to go there.
Yeah.
And then nothing.
Yeah. And like I think that's it. I feel like there's a lot of very anticlimactic things that happen in the game. I'm like, oh, this could be interesting. Oh, there's nothing here. Oh, that looks interesting. Ah, there's nothing here.
Do you reckon things could happen there later on? Like, is it just sort of...
I don't know.
But that would be... Because Fallout 3 I enjoyed in that you go out and, you find things and you tell the story there. If it is that you have to wait for the quest to appear to make the things happen... I mean, there's still plenty of parts of Fallout 3 that I did out of order, basically, because they expect you to run into it at a certain point. Like, nah, I did that like 40 hours ago. Because I'm just finishing the main quest line now for something else to do, because I'm that bored. Liam Neeson, you wasn't that interested. But it's like, yeah, because if they are gated waiting for something to happen story-wise, then that's kind of disappointing. And if they're just a bit lackluster, then that's also disappointing.
Yeah.
I come back to what I said at the beginning of the game, where you start the game in the corner. I think it's less focused on exploration because of that. So I want to start the game dead in the middle.
Oh, and you just pick your direction.
Yeah.
And you don't have to. I mean, you certainly start with a goal, with a direction to go. Yeah. But it seemed to discourage... And then, because basically you need to go south. You could go west, but west there's basically a big lot of water there. And you can do it, but it's discouraging of it. Yeah, whereas Fallout 3 was you just came up and there's just middle of the desert. Any direction's fine. Do it. Go.
Yeah. And Fallout 1 and 2 were really great at that. It was like, just do your thing, and if you want to ignore that main plot, go for it.
Yeah.
Because there's not really a big drive for you to do it. Where this one, I'm going to come back to that, like, it's too heavy. Like, that MacGuffin is too heavy to take me around. Like, just make it like, they could have just gone with the Sole Survivor, go explore, but they didn't. It's like, no, you've got to go find out why people died in your vault.
You know what I reckon would have been a more interesting setup with the same plot? You not waking up during
Oh, so you just
the
find out
kidnapping.
later. Like it's just like you open the. Yeah, I actually think that would have been better. Maybe you open the other chiropod and your kid's gone and the husband's dead.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah,
why
you
does
know.
my husband have a bullet hole in his head while everyone else is just like failed
Yeah,
cryogenic
because
sleep?
then you're walking out going, I know nothing.
Yeah,
And you have to actually find, and I think you're right. I think that would have been, you could have kept that same plot you eventually discovered, but it would have been not quite that emotional
and
drive.
if you didn't look, you may have
You may
could
miss it. You just
could
walk
miss
out.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's why.
I kind of like it because Fallout, because we bring up Witcher a lot. I like The Witcher. I like the idea of playing a person, but Fallout and games of this ilk are more be who you want to be, but they still kind of put you in a basket. Like you're still a parent and you're still supposed to do this. It's like I kind of like a Fallout game where same character creation, and the entire premise was just you wake up, and they randomize your position on the map.
Oh, this puts you somewhere and
Yeah, it's
go.
like, here you go. It's like no overarching, like who you were or anything. From that point, it's just what you do. Like, I'd be fine.
Yeah.
Why do we need the big
Yeah.
overall cinematic?
I think also, sorry, go on.
That's what more casual sort of consumers want, like a set path.
Yeah, like it's like.
But isn't GTA and Fallout and Skyrim? Don't people like fucking around?
Yeah,
That's
true.
what I tend to see. Like,
They tend to do that more in GTA than follow the story, I guess.
yeah, I mean, well, like half the stuff I see in Skyrim is people putting barrels over people's heads so that they can steal, and like I filled this room with apples.
That stuff is pretty great.
Yeah, like they're more playgrounds than they are stories. I mean, that's why you can pump so many hours. That's why they have like the settlement building and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So people can just go, you know what? I'm going to build the best city. Actually, yeah. Let's just talk about dreams for Fallout and everything.
Okay.
You know what I thought this game should do?
What?
With all this settlement building, start you like you're just a single, and then you start people around, you start building settlements, and then you're like, well, me managing the settlements, not. I have too much now, so you start delegating people to manage your settlements until it becomes Fallout Fable 3, where you become king of the new world. So it keeps like getting like more macro sort of like,
Yeah.
oh yeah. It's like I don't deal with that stuff anymore.
Well, why?
And then second half of the game, you start on the other side, and you've got to defeat yourself from the first half. No, that's not needed. But.
No, well, actually, I do like the idea of like because they do put you in this position of power and authority.
Yeah.
because
like,
you're
in
managing
general.
these settlements. So I don't feel like they fully run with that because it could have been pick a settlement. Why aren't you becoming like? Why don't they go? Oh, we need supplies. I want to go raid a town. Like really.
That
go,
would be interesting,
Yeah,
yeah.
like.
Because it's hard, like, trying to build up lots
Yeah.
of sanctuaries, or whatever they're called, settlements. I'm like, which one do I like?
Yeah.
Make all pretty.
I feel like
That's what's important to
All
me.
of them eventually,
Yes.
Every single one. It'll take
Where
you
will I put my
500
cat
hours.
photo frames?
Yeah, I kind of feel like, and I feel like some of that might be coming.
Yeah, I feel like they're gonna do a lot of stuff.
maybe.
I feel like points of
mass
defending your base
testing.
and everything. But what I kind of like because one of the things that I don't know if you noticed when we were looking at the original Fallout, is that you don't walk around the entire world. There's points, and then you travel between them, and it takes time. Like it might say this walk took you 2 months, but the world's huge. So if at some point they say, you know what, instead of realizing the entire world and we just realize pockets of it, then you have everyone building their own base. And they're like, they still exist in a virtual world. Travel.
I mean, you can actually like.
Yeah, there
raid
can
other
actually be some
bases.
sort of interaction
Yeah.
between it. Metal Gear Solid 5 stuff.
Yeah.
or
Yeah, a
something
lot of
like
people have
that.
been talking about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Saying that's what they want.
Yeah.
So hopefully.
I don't know if it's what I want,
Yeah.
but with what they've provided, I think it could do that.
I always felt there was a lot lost with the kind of the Bethesda Fallouts from ditching that overworld map, because the overworld map.
Made the world feel a bit smaller.
Yeah, like Fallout to me always feels kind of artificially small. Like it says that it's big, but I can walk from one end to the other. I had the same kind of problem with Skyrim. This one I find not too bad because it's like Skyrim was like here's a continent, and you could walk across it, or a state. Where this is like it's a city in the surrounding areas.
Daggerfall.
Yes, there's no Daggerfall. It's a city in the surrounding areas, so it kind of makes sense. You can, it's not super huge.
Yeah. But I suppose that's when I keep going about being placed in the corner of the map. The fact that there's a barrier 30 seconds from the starting point
Yeah.
really pissed me off.
Yeah.
Like, boo.
I mean,
anyway.
we've been kind of down on it.
No.
I have played a lot of it.
Well, look,
And
we started this entire conversation saying it's so bad, it's only a little bit better than some of the most popular games of all time. So it's
Yeah.
the badness is quite relative.
It's just I'd like. I wish it didn't have some of the same problems that I had with Fallout 3. Like, it feels very iterative on what Fallout is. And if you really love Fallout 3, then that's fine, because people were really happy with it, and I don't think it's taken anything away from what people would like about Fallout.
I did enjoy the action in the beginning when you do the Minutemen and then put you in the power suit early with the minigun.
Yeah.
And then now kill everyone!
Yeah.
And then a death claw just comes out of the ground.
I was expecting that to happen later on. Like, it'd be some, like, epic thing that you, like, work up to.
I actually kind of like that they just give you stuff early on. They're like, look, have power.
That's where I feel like it's a bit more of a playground. It's like, we're going to give you access to everything from the offset and then do what you want with it. I really liked, actually, when the Deathclaw came up, then you could go down the hole and there's all the under the city stuff there. It's just a little dungeon. There's not a whole lot in it. But like, I just naturally made an opening. I like this sort of storytelling. It's good. I'm going to keep playing it.
Yeah.
I'm not like, boo.
I think I kind of go up and down on how much I enjoy playing it.
Because I just think I need to become a wanderer again.
Yeah.
Sundress baghead wanderer.
Because I think with the Fallout games, I think that the moment-to-moment gameplay is just not very good. Like, I don't think the gunplay is very fun.
Gunplay's better.
It's better, but I wouldn't say it's good.
I like mashing this laser rifle recharge.
Like, it's kind of clunky to get around. I get caught on stuff when I'm walking around.
Yeah.
Like, it's if you were to take one aspect of Fallout 4 and turn it into a game, it'd be a very subpar game. It's like, it's kind of an average shooter, or it's an average walking simulator. But it does, instead of like trying to like smooth off these edges, they went, have more stuff. And that stuff is good, like it's better, but I think there's still some core problems that they could have.
I feel like the team is really segmented. I just feel like we do building, we do like world design, we do story, we do shooting, and like it all comes together to a good package that has a lot of stuff in it. There's a lot to do in the game. You can just build cities if you want.
Yeah, if you want to buy this game and play it for 6 months, like,
fine.
there's a lot to do.
But I don't feel it's necessarily cohesive. And that's when we were talking about the PC version, how the interface is all over the place. That's what showed it to me where I'm like, just wait, why did I exit some things with tab?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't get the consistency of what's going on.
You need to plug
here.
in the controller, man.
It's like all the money they used on marketing, they could have spent on more QA and stuff.
Yeah.
Because that's a lot of money they spent on marketing.
But then I guess they set the release date a long time ago.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, it's good enough for us.
And everyone else, because what, 12 million copies in first day?
Something like that. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and also the one thing that I keep forgetting from Fallout, which James and I were talking about recently, is that they plan to bring mods from PC to console.
Yeah.
Which is obviously not happening yet, although there were PC mods out first day.
Yeah.
My favourite is just replaces the mini nukes with babies.
Is one of them Sean there?
Oh no, Sean! Yeah, you gotta launch them babies. Okay, any thoughts to wrap up, Anais?
No, I really like the settlement stuff. The
building that does it for you? Yeah?
It's a bit annoying, but I'm keen to like stick with it and build some epic like settlements.
I saw a hilarious bug video today of a woman getting into a power armor, but the model was not big enough. So as she walked towards it, her body just grew and stretched to get big enough to fit into the power armor model.
Nice.
So, that was great.
I've only had one game-breaking bug so far.
I haven't had any game-breaking
Yeah, and that was I got clipped into a computer, and I just couldn't get out. And that was I had to reload.
Is that just because you couldn't do the hacking game?
No, like
that was a joke.
You know, it didn't help, but yeah, like I jumped, I couldn't get out. Like okay, and the loading's like it saves like every 10 minutes.
Has so any before? I mean, we're running a little bit late, but who cares? Your time is worthless to us. Has anyone used the Pip-Boy app yet?
I tried to.
Yeah, I tried to.
I couldn't get it working.
Yeah, neither.
I downloaded it. Well, more on that next week.
Yeah, I thought this will be fun, and then it didn't work.
If I had a Pip-Boy, I'd be pissed. Like if I bought one, it didn't work. They'd be like, "What?" Not that I would sit on the couch and use it because that's weird.
I'm checking the map, so it doesn't stop the game when you use it on the tablet or the iPhone. Like, oh, no! You need to take my decor. I need to change guns. Quick! No, don't go to sleep.
It is like I do use the Pip-Boy a lot to save my ass.
Because that seems to stop the game even less so than ever. It's like, oh, I'm actually getting hit quite a lot while I'm thinking about what to do. I better get out of VATS.
I actually kind of wish that VATS just became bullet time. Just ditch it. I don't know if VATS really adds much to it.
They couldn't drop it.
I know, but I don't think it's a better game for having it. I think
I
it's...
find it's less accurate than me just trying to shoot.
Yeah, well, it's like, if you want to make it a shooter, just make it a shooter. And make it a good shooter and kill VATs. I don't... It's not why I'm there. Like, that stuff feels like it's a leftover from when they were like, oh, we're going to take the original Fallout, but we're going to keep what Fallout 1 and 2 are, and we're going to have these... It's going to have VATs, and it's like... It's cool. I realize this game is not Fallout 1 and 2 anymore. Just make it good.
Just do your own
Just
thing.
make it good.
Yeah, but it's Bethesda. They don't know how to do that. Oh, shots fired! No, they're fun. It's a good game. 6 out of 10.
I'd give it a solid 7.5.
What would you give?
Yep.
Let's compare it to Rocket League.
If you want some apples and oranges compared. Well, Rocket League, it does exactly what it sets out to do, so I give it like a 9. That thing's pretty good.
So which game is better, Fallout 4 or Rocket League?
Fallout 4?
Oh, controversial. You can put that one on the box, Bethesda. Better than Rocket League. Okay, I think that's enough bullshit for now. Join us next week on FMV Games. Our Cheapskate's Game Club is Crypt Worlds, wasn't it? Crypt Worlds? Something like that.
Underworld.
Something, I don't know. Well, there'll be links. There'll be links to
Underworld is the thing.
Yeah.
I'm just going to start saying it at the end of the thing so people know.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything else special next week, are we? We'll try to use the Pip-Boy app and let you know how
We'll
that
give it
goes.
a go. Yeah.
That'll be great. Be fantastic. Thank you for watching FMV Games. We are 8.5-bit. Streamed on streamlive.tv. Thank you for watching. I've been your host, Paul.
I've been James.
I've been Anais.
Thanks for watching, everyone.
Thanks,
Catch us
everyone.
next week. I've been an A. I've been everything. I've been a lot.
Hello, future.
Oh, yeah.
I need to be less...
What-